and that was the stupidest move I ever made, was growing indoors in my house, trying to breed plants, because that's why I had all these fucking plants. I was breeding them, I was trying to improve on what I already had, because back in the day, in the 70s, you had these small plants that didn't produce much, and it was kind of up to you, to do it on your own. And like I said, I started with Colombian Gold, which was a killer plant, but the Colombian, that doesn't give you any size. And I made a mistake. My first crop I didn't seed. My first indoor crop I seeded. My first outdoor crop, the Colombian, the cops got, when they came for the concrete forms, they were only about this tall, and I never even got to sex the crop, I don't think. And in fact, I'm positive I didn't, because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. But my first indoor crop, yeah, I went to seed. It was Hawaiian. I got Hawaiian seeds. I didn't even breed into it with the Colombian, and I didn't get the skunk until years after that. So it was just a Hawaiian is what I did, and I worked a Hawaiian for a few years until I added in other strains. But like I said, I had so many combinations going, and you had to destroy your records all the time, because I had all kinds of fucking records. I'm thinking, if they come in, and they did, and they got a lot of my seeds. But I also had a condominium. I had a condominium over in Schaumburg that my parents lived in, and I had seeds over there. After a while, the ones I liked, I kept over there. In fact, I kept my cocaine over there too. So even when I got busted, and I got out, before I went to prison, I still had to sell cocaine. That's just how it was in those days. And I haven't done cocaine in 30 years. I don't want to do it. I'm not interested in it. The people that were doing cocaine even in those days were out of control. I mean, I was just I was selling to them because it was money. But I was growing at the same time, always growing when I could. And I mean, that's what I enjoy. That's what I enjoy to this day. And I'm so glad Illinois is legal. And I hope you like the show so far. It's not a whole lot about breeding. It's more about me, me, and where I've been, and and how I became a breeder, and how I am a breeder now. I might not be up there, with all of the big shots, but I did send my genetics to California. I got names. I also sent them to Colorado and Michigan, and I got names, and I won't release any names. I won't release any names ever unless they want to come forward and say they were associated with my genetics. Because let's face it, I've acquired genetics too. I mean, this is no secret. I've acquired genetics, and I'm not saying I name their genetics. I don't give their genetics a name until I cross them. If I cross them with something that I like, or something that's mine, then they're mine. Then they're mine. And that's how it is. That's how it is. Anyone that thinks they own the genetics of cannabis, they're out of their fucking mind. I don't care who you are. You can be the biggest, baddest breeder in the world, and where did you get your genetics? How did you begin? And don't give me this shit. You went and got land races, and then you bred up from there. Because when you bred up from there, what did you use? To breed up. I mean, if you're talking about land races that, let me tell you, land races that are strong, yeah, it's easy. You interbreed, and you get something nice, and you're on your way. But if the land race isn't that strong, and you're breeding, I mean, these people go into the F1, the F2, the F3, the F4. Let me tell you, if you got to go deeper than F2, it's a pile of shit. Get rid of it. start over. Go get something else. I mean, I understand when you start going to F2 and F3 and F4 and F6 and all that shit, that you have something that's strong, you just have to give it a name or, a number of, the sequence. But if you're doing a whole bunch of seeds at F3 and F4 and F5 trying to find something, fucking get rid of it. Get rid of it, start over. That's my opinion. That's what I would do. I never go farther than well, I don't go farther than F1. I mean, I'll take an F1, and if I see something I really like, I'll go back into the F1 and either find a male. I mean, I'll find a male if I don't already have a male. Like right now, my Night Train, which I'm going to release. That's really the only one I'm going to release. It's an F1 of my Fabulous 5, but I'm taking the original male that created that Night Nurse, and I'm back crossing it. So I'm not even going into the population of the F1s looking for anything. I already got something I like. But that's what I'm doing with that. I don't want to get too complicated because I want to relate to the home growers, the guys that just have 5 plants that could give a shit about breeding. They want to grow